Hey friends, Asher with Gents, back with my wife, Chelsea. And today we've got kind of a mini haul, unboxing, first impressions kind of thing. Each one of these fragrances was sent to me by Fragrance X. So shout out to Fragrance X. They're a great discounter of authentic niche and designer fragrances. This is kind of a more niche centric kind of haul. We've got Parfums de Marly Carlisle right here. We've got Memo Moroccan leather, and then Dunhill Signature Collection Arabian Desert.
I like the name of that one.
Whoa. So we're gonna check these three out and give our impressions and see if we like them or not, I guess. That was a great intro. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I'll leave a link in the description to each one of these fragrances on Fragrance X in case you're interested in checking those out. And which one of these do you want to open first?
I mean, the one I'm most interested in smelling is this one. However, my next up would be the Parfums de Marly one.
So this one first?
Sure.
Okay, so we're gonna crack into the Dunhill. This is again from their signature collection called Arabian Desert. There are 4 fragrances in the signature collection, and I've really wanted to check these out because it's almost like Dunhill's private line, if you want to call it that. So the 4 fragrances in the signature collection are Arabian Desert, British Leather, Moroccan Amber, and Indian Sandalwood. And interestingly enough, this box slash bottle is actually the heaviest of the bunch. And you can tell as soon as you pick it up, like this is heavy duty. It almost looks like a really big Tom Ford box.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the Tom Ford boxes slide up. That's what it looks like. And there's the fragrance right there, pretty slick.
Yeah. I like these kind of boxes because it makes it almost like the fragrance is setting up kind of on a pedestal.
Yeah, you could technically like keep it like this.
Yeah, it just makes it look a little bit fancier.
So here's a quick look at the front of the box. Again, really similar to your Tom Ford private blend boxes. And there's a quick look at the bottom of the box, including your batch code. And here's a quick look at the bottle, and this is heavy. This is a heavy duty bottle, and it looks really cool. It has similarities to the Dunhill Icon bottles, only instead of the whole thing, you know, looking like the cap does on the Icon bottles, these have the clear glass right here. And I'd say these are easily as heavy as those Icon bottles. And there's a quick look at how this looks when you take the cap off. We finally reached the moment of truth. It's time to give this a spray and a smell. I sprayed myself on the fingers. There you go.
I think it's appropriately named.
Okay, so you can get oud right away, like oud and incense.
Yeah, I think the incense kind of smell that it's coming off makes me say that it's appropriately named.
It's like oud, incense, and saffron, which is, that's a pretty standard combo. Like those notes go together really well. They get used together all the time. And I know there's also rose in here. So it's almost like the trifecta, the oud trifecta. And they put oud, rose, and saffron together all the time.
Yeah, I really like it. It doesn't like blow me away.
Yeah, it's not like a dirty oud. It's
Right.
It's a little sweet. It's like got this balsamic kind of sweetness to it. Like it's like a rich kind of sweetness. It's not like a bubblegum sweetness or anything like that.
Does it have leather in it, or is just the smells kind of coming together, almost giving off that?
Yeah, there's not a leather note. That's gonna be the oud that you're
Gotcha.
smelling. Yeah, but it does have that, you know, that warm kind of slightly animalic, but not really kind of feeling that you might get from leather. I say not really because if you say animalic oud, people are gonna go automatically to funky, disgusting, fecal, or something like that. And
No, this one smells good.
Yeah,
It doesn't
that's not
smell
the case
anything.
here.
Yeah, it doesn't smell anything like bad. A lot of colognes or fragrances can be just like, I mean, as soon as you spray a couple sprays, it's just like, I mean, it surrounds you. It's like overpowering.
You mean like a huge blast in the opening?
Yeah, and with, I mean, just a couple sprays of this, it smells appropriate. Like you could put a couple sprays on and you're not gonna overpower anybody in the room.
Yeah,
but
it'll still be strong enough that people will smell it,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Rosy saffron oud with a whole bunch of amber in here. So we'll let this dry down. And I guess at the end of the video, I'll ask you guys which of these 3 you would rather have me do a review on, and then I'll do a review on that one. Which one do you want to open next, the Parfums de Marly?
Yes.
Okay. So, Parfums de Marly Carlisle, believe it or not, I have never smelled this before. And this was hyped up a lot when it came out. I just never got my hands on it till now.
Yeah, I'm normally a fan of Parfums de Marly. Parfums.
Parfums.
I always mess up that word.
Yeah, hopefully this one works out better because Cologne, I was not a fan of.
Yeah.
The one in the red bottle.
Well, you can't win them all.
Yeah, you can't. So here's a quick look at the box. In the top of the box, there is the back of the box for you and the bottom. Now we'll take a quick look at the bottle. I'll just run through this really quickly. Most of you guys have seen a Parfums de Marly bottle before. So here's a quick look at the front of the bottle. You can see there Carlisle on the front. And then of course the cap, which we all know is very heavy.
Carlisle is kind of like a really strong gentleman name. So just from how it's named, I'm expecting this fragrance to be the same. Very strong gentleman type of fragrance. Wow, it's really sweet actually. I really like this one. It smells really good.
You like it?
Yes, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
So what do you think between this and Leighton? Which one do you think you'd like more? Do you want me to get it out so you can contrast and compare? Or?
Yeah, I'd have to smell them side by side to figure out which one is the best one.
Okay. All right, so I've got Leighton here so that you can do a little contrasting and comparing. There you go.
See, it's gonna be hard to pick because they're two totally different fragrances.
Yeah.
Like they're not even trying to be the same thing.
You would hope, right? That they're not
Right.
copying themselves,
Yeah.
like with completely unrelated names.
So it's hard to pick just one because they're both gonna be really good for multiple different reasons. I mean, if I had to absolutely pick one, I'd pick Leighton.
Would you?
Yeah. But
Yeah, Leighton's kind of like almost the Parfums de Marly champ for you.
yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
But Carlisle, I mean, it's really coming in a close second.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really giving Leighton like a run for its money.
Yeah, Carlisle here, it smells interesting. It's got spiciness and some like, almost like creamy woodiness to it. Where
Yeah.
like the woods aren't like hyper masculine kind of woods. It's got this nice creamy base to it almost. That's how it's coming across off the tester strip anyway. And what I think is interesting about this is it's something that you could pull off in fall and winter, but it's not a really heavy, rich, like dense kind of fragrance.
Yeah.
It's got this nice spiciness. The woods aren't too heavy-handed or anything like that. And then it has that sweetness off the top. So it's like a fragrance that you could wear when it's colder out, but it doesn't have those more typical winter notes like your tobacco, your
Yeah.
leather.
I'm really excited to let this dry down to see what it smells like. Like super excited.
We'll let it dry down a little more, and we'll do this last one and then
Yeah,
cycle
I mean,
back through.
so far that one's a winner for me.
Not a huge surprise. I mean, other than Cologne, that was a big surprise because I thought that would be a big winner,
Yeah.
and then it was kind of like, never mind.
I mean, like I said, you can't win them all.
Yeah.
But this one smells really good.
So the last one for us to open is Moroccan Leather by Memo. And I'm a big fan of Memo. I always have been since I first got my hands on African leather years ago.
I like the box.
It is, yeah. And it has this like postcard on the front, and you kind of have to cut it right here if you don't want to damage it. So I might need to grab it.
Very fancy box.
So this is the little postcard that's on the front of the box. I know it's coming across kind of dark right now, but I have successfully removed it. And this is what the back of that looks like. So here's your box. It has a nice leather feel to it. It says Memo Paris right there, and then the little Memo logo on top of the box. Then on the bottom, you've got your sticker with your batch code. And here is your bottle. I'll let you guys take a quick look at this. There it is, Moroccan leather, and it is super reflective, as you can see. I, for one, really love the Memo bottles. I think they look really awesome. Let me give you a spray, and that's for you.
It is strong.
Yeah, it is. It is strong.
You just need like one spray of that, like a half a spray. And this is probably gonna last you for like a solid 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah, yeah. You know though, I really like it. I don't know that it's super strong leather off the top.
It's not, no. Now I'm finally starting to smell the leather. Once just like that very big kind of,
Opening blast.
yeah, opening blast starts to wear off. It's like a very soft leather.
There's iris in here, which is like a powdery floral.
Right.
But there's also this like greenery to it. Like when you smell it, there's like this like green, almost slightly herbaceous feel to it. Like, and I mean, the notes are right here on the on the little postcard. There's mandarin oil, ginger oil, cypress oil, ylang ylang, which is yellow flower, iris butter, orange blossom, vetiver, ambrofix, which is like ambroxan, galbanum, leather, styrax, and tonka bean and musk. So there's a lot of different notes there.
So far I'm smelling more leather now. Maybe a little bit of that ginger.
Yeah, there's ginger in there. Yeah. You might think like Moroccan leather would go heavier on like spice or something, is what I would think. Like if you say Moroccan leather, I automatically might think of either the desert or like spice markets and things like that.
Yeah.
And there's no spiciness like in terms of what you would think of. You know what I mean? When you think Moroccan, like big piles of spice and things like that. There's not that. There's more the little bit of ginger, the leather, iris, and then some of that greenery that I talked about.
Like I said, it's a very soft, leathery fragrance.
Like a supple leather instead of like a really dirty leather. Yeah.
I think this Moroccan leather kind of smells like it should be in a super upscale car. Like when you...
Oh, a little bit, right?
You know what I mean? Like a super fancy...
Like with really nice, high quality leather seats.
Yes. Like when you get in and you sit down and, you know, every time you sit down on leather, it kind of almost gives off like a puff of leathery smell.
Right.
But that's what, like, I'm
This tones down really nicely. Like in the opening, when it first hits you, it's like, poof, and then it really kind of mellows.
It really does.
Like the edges get rounded off.
Because whenever, like, I very first smelled it, I was like, oh my God, like, this is a super strong scent. You only need like a half a spray. But, you know, considering how quickly this is softened out, I think that, you know, 2 or 3 sprays would be fine. Just don't, like, you know.
It's just that first like 3-4 minutes where it's like,
just don't spray yourself down the moment you're walking through the doors at work or something, or at a bar or to a date or whatever, because that is really overpowering. But like I said, a few minutes into it, it totally softens and rounds itself out.
That one I really like.
Yeah.
I really like Moroccan leather, the way that smells off the tester strip. I guess let's work back through these and wrap it up. So we'll go back the same way. So we'll do Carlisle and just give the dry down a little sniff and see what you think about it. Yeah, it has changed a little bit.
It has. Oh, it's still so good though. I mean, honestly, the Memo and the Carlisle, to me, these are both like almost must-have fragrances.
Oh, you like them that much?
Yes, I really honestly do. This smells so good.
Yeah, it smells nice. That little spiciness has come out more.
Yeah. It smells so good.
Yeah, it's really attention-getting, like sweet spiciness with the woods underneath it.
It is. It's really attention-grabbing.
Yeah, it's got that sweetness, and I know that you are all about sweet
it.
Kind of fragrances. So yeah, that's good.
Sweet and citrusy kind of fragrances. You've got me right there. Since I mean, this is obviously for these fragrances are for you. I would love to smell them on you nonstop, all day, every day. Both the Memo or the Moroccan leather and the Carlisle. Oh, it's so good.
So that one's a big thumbs up?
Yes.
And then we'll go last to Arabian Desert.
This one's good.
Not as good as the last two.
Because the Carlisle is very attention grabbing. It, I mean, makes you turn your head. Like it forces you to, and obviously that's usually a good thing. And then the Moroccan leather, like it totally has you fooled. I mean, you think, like I was like, oh God, this is gonna be
a catastrophe.
Yeah, like this is not good. But it totally fooled me. It softened up and it's actually really enjoyable. And I mean, this one, there's nothing wrong with this, with the Dunhill. It's not bad. It's just not as attention grabbing.
It's nice, yeah. I think that out of these three, it's my least favorite.
Yeah.
It smells of good quality.
Yes.
But essentially, if you have smelled specifically a sweet oud saffron rose with amber, then you've smelled something like this in the past. Like you've smelled this before. Like it smells good, the quality's good, it smells nice, I like it, I wouldn't mind wearing it at all. But does it smell like probably 5 other fragrances, 6, 7 other fragrances that I own in one way or another? Yeah, it does. And that's where it kind of loses out to these other two.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna do it for us. All 3 of these smell nice.
Yes.
The Memo and the Parfums de Marly are above the Dunhill. Just when you smell them side by side too, I think these two are just better. Well, that's gonna do it for us, guys. We actually have another first impression coming up before too long, where we're gonna take a look at some other cool niche fragrances.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Yeah. Again, thanks to Fragrance X for sending these out. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we appreciate your support. See you again tomorrow with another fragrance video. See ya.